The next speaker is Shaylah Nichols. She's the Client Services Coordinator at A Family Tree. So we'll hear from Shaylah.
Okay, hi. I'm Shaylah. I was actually promoted recently to the Home Study Program Director, so that's why it says that on the screen. I work for A Family Tree, which is one of two adoption agencies here in Hawaii. We provide a variety of services, and if adoption is the path that you choose in your family planning endeavors, then we are here to help you. So A Family Tree was founded as Hawaii International Child in '75, and in 2020 we rebranded to A Family Tree to fit, to make it more appropriate for the services that we are providing. So some of those services are home study services. If you're ever going to adopt within the United States, you need to have a home study report completed and valid at the time of placement. That goes for domestic, international adoptions, and foster care, which I'm sure somebody's going to talk about a little bit later. We also have a domestic adoption program called Kamakana available for adoptive parents that are located in Hawaii, and we support birth parents that are also located in Hawaii. It's a pretty small program. We do have to cap it just because there are not, Hawaii's a small state, and we don't have as many placement opportunities as on the mainland or globally, but the program is available for Hawaii-based adoptive parents. And then we also provide counseling, which ranges from anything to fertility issues and marriage counseling. We provide child therapy, child play therapy, support for adoptees and birth parents. So we are also able to provide counseling support. So how do I know if adoption is right for me? That's a loaded question, and the only person that can answer it is you. There are many, many factors that come into play when people are deciding whether or not to adopt, least of which because it can be very expensive and time consuming. It's a pretty rigorous process. And there are also unknowns in the physical and mental health challenges of adopted children, lack of information, like I said, lengthy waits and unanticipated expenses, and issues related to a child's cultural or racial heritage, especially when it's different from your own. So we encourage people to really think about whether adoption is the best option for them. And then if they decide that that's the case, then, like I said, we are here to support. So what if I'm still trying to become pregnant? We really discourage people from adopting if they are actively trying to become pregnant and or are pregnant, just because being pregnant or trying to become pregnant is a very emotional process. And adoption can also be a very emotional process. And we are concerned for the well-being of all parties involved, including the potential baby in utero if the person carrying the baby is exposed to a lot of stress due to adoption. So I'd like to adopt. Where do I start? You've come to the right place. We provide, like I said, we provide home study services, we provide placement services. We also provide post-adoption and post-placement services if you are placed here in Hawaii. As you begin to explore adoption, like I said, there's a variety of ways in which you can do so. And so before you submit an application or schedule any meetings, we encourage you to do your research and decide which path you'd like to take. And we are also able to answer some of those questions. So what if I want to adopt a child through a different agency? We actually encourage people to adopt through other agencies just because, like I said, Hawaii is a small state and there are few options for placement through our domestic adoption program. So there are larger national agencies that give you access to placements all over the country. And so if you are choosing to adopt through one of the larger national agencies, your home study will have to be completed in the state in which you reside. So if you are living here, but you're adopting through a larger agency, we'll be able to help you write your home study report. And then we work with the agency that you've selected to make sure that your home study is valid and everything's good to go prior to a potential match. So we used to have an international adoption program here at Family Tree. We've since closed that program just because international adoption is changing. And so we mostly support a couple or people that are adopting domestically, but we do also support many families that are adopting internationally. And we encourage you to do your research, decide which option is better for you. So now the least sexy part, the money. So different agencies charge different fees. So again, make sure you do your research before you know what you're getting yourself into. For AFT, our application fee is $350. We charge anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 for the home study, depending on what kind of service we're providing. And then if you go through Kamakana and you are matched, we charge $10,000 at placement. And then counseling, most of our therapists charge $120 per hour, but we accept most insurances. So how do most families afford adoption? Most adoptions involve service fees and related expenses averaging between $20,000 to $55,000. Some people afford adoption through savings or help from friends and families. Some people do crowdsource funding like GoFundMe or other funding via social media platform. And then there are grants available for people that are trying to build their families and don't have disposable income to be able to do so on their own. We don't encourage people to take out second mortgages or use credit cards to pay for most of the fees. But we are, again, able to talk with you if adoption is something you're interested in, but you're not sure if you're going to be able to afford it. A few specific grants for family building after cancer are the Allison Whitney Foundation, the Tanina Q. Cade Foundation, and then the SAM Fund and the Expect Miracles Foundation has partnered up to provide a grant for people that are interested in family building post-cancer. Their app deadline is mid-March, so I just wanted to include that in case this was something that you're interested in, and then you can submit that before the deadline. So if you need more information, you can always call us, email us, and then the link to our application is on here, and then I'll also put it in the chat if people are interested in applying right away. And I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Shaylah, and congrats on your new position. I know we all have more questions for you later, so thank you.